everybody. It's Mark Messier, and you're listening to Blueshirt
Underground Show,
the #1 Rangers podcast. Make sure you tune in and find out all the latest news. Let's go Rangers.
Blueshirt Underground, motherfucker!
TFBS Ranger Band, TFBS Ranger Band. This is an unlawful gathering. This is an unlawful gathering. The truth is out there. The truth is out there.
This is the underground. This is new media. This is the underground. This is new media.
Ranger fans, remember what's the critical thinking hangar. Ranger fans, remember what's the critical thinking hangar.
And now here is the starting lineup for the New York Rangers. And now here is the starting lineup for the New York Rangers.
This is New York Rangers hockey. 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 This is New York.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Blueshirt Underground Show. Today is Wednesday. It is February the 1st. My name is Jim, and as always, I am joined on the other side of the window by the one and only Eddie Geik. Eddie, good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm doing good. Sorry,
welcome to the bye week.
Yeah, the bye week. Bye. Really hasn't been. I thought the whole league was off. Really, when the Rangers aren't on, really, in my mind, the whole league is off. But they've been playing some games. They'll be playing till tomorrow, right?
I believe so. Yes, and then the All-Star break kicks in for everybody. The All-Star game this weekend in beautiful Sunrise, Florida, at the Bank Atlantic BB&T National Car Rental, whatever name they have that they call that arena now.
You can see my window. I have to cover it up now.
Oh yes, it's like
any peeping cutters looking at me.
Mr. Geik's neighborhood over there.
Yeah, really. You don't want to be seeing
He's
my
change
neighbors.
his sweater in a second. Good to see everybody. Thank you all for being here.
Lighting is just driving me nuts. I'm sorry.
We are officially. This is our first official paid subscription broadcast on the Restream platform. We are now the pride of the Restream network. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I'm calling it.
Probably. We already #1 on the Restream network.
So we got a couple of games to talk about. One not good, one good. We'll talk about my in-game, at-game experience on Friday night.
To hear about this
controversy surrounding that game.
Well, and we basically destroyed them. That's the way I saw it.
The Rangers currently sitting in third place with a record of 27-22, 62 points. Playing .633 hockey. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. Very good, Christiana. Good to see you.
The fan base is very hard to please nowadays. Very hard to please.
Are we hard to please?
I think so. I just keep reading that the Rangers are wildly inconsistent. Then I listened to Sam and JoJo. These two chuckleheads. Again, we don't really count them on them for their hard-hitting analysis. They're reeling off this supposed winning streak we've been on, and it all changed at a certain point, and this and that. Oh, my God, I got to fix this fucking thing. It's just driving me nuts. Look at this.
How dark does it get if you turn the light off?
Let's see.
Is that all your... Oh, there you go.
That's like the Pauly D show. My face is way too bright, but whatever. I'm going like this. Forget it.
It's like Svengoolie over there.
It is. It's ridiculous.
Coming up after the break, we return to the Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein.
Yes. This fucking light is driving me berserkowitz here. All right, enough. Enough with the light. All right. This is the return of, I think, but Jake Lecision was a first round pick. It was a pick of the formerly of the night. So this was his return game. We're gonna go to the game first, but mostly because Sam and Joe told me how wonderful the Rangers have ended this run that they've had. But all I hear is the negative Nellies all over the place. Inconsistent. Panarin stinks. This guy stinks. But it was all sunshines and roses on that MSG broadcast.
Sunshine and roses?
And Rosens. That's fucking oaf.
Oh, I think we could all agree this team has some flaws, but
I mean, I looked at it.
overall,
I keep saying they lost so many guys in the offseason. The fact that they've done fairly well, I think we should be glad that we're in this spot before the trading deadline. Okay, now let's get into what you experienced at this game. Give me the full Monty on this.
Well, let me just say this. I have spent a good portion of my 52 years on this planet Earth. Thank you, darling. Jen says the show looks great.
It looks great on his end. My end, it's I don't know. I should be a lot more don't worry, I'm gonna fix this next game. So okay. Is Costa around tonight? This could be a.
I don't see him. This is 2 weeks in a row.
2 weeks in a row. Is he
conspicuous by his absence, as they say.
I don't know.
No, I'm gonna message him. Well, I want to know where he is. I want to know what's going on.
What
I want a wellness check. I'm doing a Facebook wellness check.
Were you in the Geik Memorial Wing club wing there when you were there? Costa's protesting. What's he protesting? He gets to do bits in here. Oh, now it's too dark.
All right. 2 weeks in a row, we don't see you.
All right. We don't need
we are going to be reaching out to you shortly for guests. We do have to test drive the guest platform here and make sure that that is working. We have not had a guest in 2 weeks on this platform, so we will be testing that tonight. Let me get back to what I was saying. And I believe I have said this before. I have spent the better part of my 52 years attending games at Madison Square Garden. And I've got a lot of fond memories in that building. But you know what? I'm ready for a new building.
New building?
I'm ready for a new building. I'm ready. It's time.
You're not going to get a new building.
Why not?
They're rebuilding the whole front. You can't even get in. It's like it's mousetrap trying to get into that place.
Rebuild it. I'm ready.
You ready?
It's cramped.
No one don't even want to sell alcohol in there anymore, and you want to rebuild.
It's cramped. There's no room to walk in that place anymore. Inside, you try to make it to your seat. You're online for a half hour to take a piss.
Well, that they gotta navigate around.
It's just I am ready for a new build. I'm not ashamed to admit all buildings must come to pass.
They're not gonna rebuild. I wish. Okay, you can wish for that.
I thought they're getting thrown out. I thought they're getting thrown out of that location anyway.
They're getting thrown out every week. They're moving across to the post office. They're gonna be at the MoMA.
Move them across the street. If there was an MSG1 and an MSG2 and an MSG3 and an MSG4. We can have an MSG5. Billy Joel needs a new building. What are you doing over there? It's like, I mean, is this building? I mean,
who's going to sponsor that building?
We will.
You want to turn
the
it
Blueshirt
into
Underground Arena? How much could it cost for corporate sponsorship of an arena? I mean, some of these arenas, they've had 14, 15 names.
I know. You can't even keep track of them.
You
can't even call them the Saddle Dome or whatever they call it. Things.
Build a new arena. Put the spoked roof at the inside. That's iconic. Build a new arena. It's been 60. We're coming up on 60 years for this place. It's enough. It's enough.
They have
Eh.
all the luxury boxes, all the amenities now that you
new one with
they're
new
not gonna
amenities.
do that.
More room to move, more room to pee.
They don't care about the
I'm an older man. I can't be waiting a half hour to take a piss at this age.
Well, enlarge a bathroom or something. Break down some walls.
Well, what walls? Nothing's left.
Get rid of those. Get rid of the kielbasa stand and put up some
Poor Jen's sitting upstairs in the 200 level. She's got Avery with her. Avery's first time in Madison Square Garden. She says to Jen, "Where are all the Rangers jerseys? You can't see them. You can't hear from their seats because of the acoustics in the place, and the speakers are all out of whack now because they've gutted this place and completely remodeled. I'm ready for a new building. If the Devils could have 2 new arenas, and the Islanders could be on their 5th arena, we could get the Rangers a new goddamn arena.
They play
the crown jewel of New York of the New York area arenas should not be the UBS arena.
No, I'm not. UBS Arena is just a hockey ring. It's good to watch a hockey game, but Madison Square Garden is a multifaceted.
They're all multifaceted.
There's
no circus. There's no circus anymore. We just
come on. Taylor Swift is not playing 6 nights at the USB Arena.
Oh,
whatever.
She play 6 nights at
Square Garden. No,
play 6 nights at Garden 5.
At the acoustics. Come on. Don't worry, it's fine.
The world's most famous arena. Whatever arena carries that name is the world's most famous arena. It's a bunch of crap. It's not that. Stop.
The people are out. I'm not calling.
It's not like this isn't like tearing down a Montreal Forum where there were 30 cups won.
Oh, there's so many memories I have there.
Well, yeah, we've all got memories there. I had memories at Shea Stadium, too. They tore that down. We only had 1 World Series or 2 World Series there. 1 cup in 75 years in this building. The building's the jinx.
The building is now the jinx.
Maybe the building's the jinx. Tear down that fucking fish banner and get me MSG 5. I'm ready.
Speaking of, that fish banner's annoying. Speaking of fish, this relates to stadiums, and I'll let you get back to it. I'm getting wind. My sources, my Italian red sauce, is telling me that the Coliseum may be turned into a casino.
Good.
That's what I'm hearing.
It's been full of losers for years. Might as well just keep it that way.
Miscreants.
It's like when we went to Vegas and Avery's looking around and everything, and she's like, "Oh, these hotels, there's something. Everything's so big, and the casinos." And I said, "Well, this town wasn't built because everybody won."
That's right. She's like, "Oh,
all right,
Dad.
I'm crazy. That's fine. You don't like my idea, and I don't care. I'm ready for a new building. It's enough.
No, I'm not.
It's enough.
Yeah. Plus, I sit in the rich people's seat, so I want to.
And there'll be rich people seats for you at MSG 5.
There's no place to build this shit in the city. There's no place that's going to take us.
Oh, you can bulldoze the Empire State Building. We don't need that anymore.
Yeah, not anymore after what they pull with that Eagles shit.
That's right. Bulldoze it. I told them I'm pulling the BSU corporate headquarters out of that building. We're not renewing our lease.
Listen, folks.
But why?
Can't go back to what?
I want somebody to explain to me what is so special about this building at this point. What is so special about it? There's 1 cup in this building in 75 years. And other than that, nothing. The Knicks haven't won in 50 years. It's just a place for Billy Joel and Fish to play.
I don't think it has anything to do with the building. You go to that club level in the 100s, there's thousands of pictures of the great events that have happened at that MSG.
I understand.
Maybe not hockey related or basketball related, but
Sinatra, I get it. Ali Frazier, I get it. I get it.
It's never going to happen. So let's
They are. But we're talking about the.
What is it missing for you? Is it the crowd level, the
It's
noise?
it's
You
everything.
can't go back in time, Jim.
It's just.
The guys
It's
that
not
we
even
used
that.
to-
I'm not even talking about going back into New York Liberty games. I'm not even talking about. It's cramped. You can't. I mean, the places that it's a war zone. You get and then you get inside and there's no room to move and there's it's enough. I want a state-of-the-art facility for my state-of-the-art hockey team.
Well,
I don't care if it's an unpopular opinion.
I miss after the renovation the fact that you could go around the entire rink and in the 300s and 200s and circle around the rink. I do miss that. I don't think, and being a somewhat large mammal myself, I don't think it's that cramped. I mean,
They should have moved to the Brendan Byrne Arena way back when.
Oh, that place was a disaster too. Brendan Byrne. What, we got more teams in New Jersey than from New York?
No, the Rangers had moved to the Brendan Byrne Arena. We never would have got the Colorado Rockies. They never would have had their 3 cups. We never would have heard of Martin Brodeur, and everything would be fine. The Giants and Jets moved to New Jersey, and it all worked out just fine for one of them.
I feel like I'm in a Loki episode where the timelines are crossing. It's all about the timelines now. The Devils never would have won a cup. I don't know. I still like Madison Square Garden. I mean, there's not a whole lot of winning that goes on there, but I've seen a lot of great games there. A lot of Ranger playoff victories I saw there. Do I think it's too cramped? Yeah, I think, but it's basically, the normal fan is not going to get treated that great. But if you got the fishnagels, it's pretty nice.
So anyway,
Avery could not fit in her seat. I mean, she's a skinny girl. She couldn't get in her seat. Literally, come on now. Is that over exaggeration? Come on. I don't even.
That's fine. I don't care if it's the popular opinion. We're not taking a vote. We're not taking a poll.
Have an opinion on this.
No, I'm talking about the chat room. The chat room's picking sides. Fine. I don't care. I've had enough. I want a state-of-the-art arena, not some hollowed-out shithole.
Oh, okay.
Scaffolding all around the place.
Whatever. Oh, yeah. Okay.
We treat it like it's some hallowed halls.
Do you want him
where
to
Roman Endor once roamed the blue line?
Mark Messier played there.
Yes.
Brian Leach played all his games there.
Wayne Gretzky played there. Marcel Dion played there.
Adam Fox. They named the whole network over it. What are you going to do? What are you change the network name?
No, there could be an MSG5. This is the 4th incarnation of this building.
All right. Mr. Guggenheim over here. Who's the guy who designed the Guggenheim there? What's his name?
Mr. Guggenheim.
What is that big architect, dude? What's his name? Somebody with more brains than I have come up with that. Oh, you want to pay for a new building? Yeah.
Costa has not answered me.
Costa, I'm telling you, maybe he's working at that gay community again. Frank Lloyd Wright.
Frank Lloyd Wright. Thank you.
But Frank Lloyd Wright here wants to design MSG5. Hey, they just did Penn Station over or attempting to. I just don't see it happening. But you can have a wish list. Yes. I feel like MSG is an integral part of the city. Brilliant. All right, please, Howard. Well, you're from Pennsylvania now, of course.
So is the Polo Grounds.
Ebbets Field.
Yankee Stadium, all gone. Shea, gone. It's what we do.
Okay.
We tear down our history, rebuild it, make it anew.
Well, I ain't even have alcohol at that stupid place now.
Frankie Gallo's very upset. MSG is classic. Okay.
Well, listen, there's going to be people who are going to disagree. There's going to be people who agree.
Yes. Everybody's got fond memories of all those Ranger championships.
That's right. Baba Shampooey played there.
All right. Fine.
All right, I'm just telling you what the people
just-
in the chat room is saying.
I see what they're saying.
All right. All right, let's move on from that. Okay, so what else goes on at this this game at this crapo arena you're at?
At the world's, what do you call it? The world's most quietest library. It's not about the championships. It's a good thing.
Yeah.
It's a good thing. You only see one every 75 years.
Home. I have no home. Hunted like an animal. Sorry.
But it was a good crowd, sellout crowd, 18,006. 006. Those extra 6 people pushed it over the edge. Sellout crowd, raucous.
So they were verbose.
Yeah, but I mean, it's even there's no heckling. There used to be, miss the old chants. Every time they did Hot Band Sucks, I yelled out, "Let it go."
Yeah, let it go. Yeah.
Let it go. Let it go.
What do you think about
it was a good time.
What do you think about the hullabaloo about the Rangers not wearing the Pride jerseys?
What do I think about the hullabaloo about not wearing the Pride jerseys? First of all, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I didn't see warm-ups, so I didn't even realize they didn't have them on. I did not hear one word about the jerseys while I was in the arena. There were 4 gentlemen that I am fairly certain were gay sitting next to me, and all they talked about was hockey. All they talked about was the game. I didn't hear one word from them about jerseys. I didn't hear one word from them about tape sticks. I saw, let me put it this way. I'm a straight white man. It is not my place to decide what is offensive or not offensive to a gay person. If a gay person was offended, or if gay people or LGBTQ, whatever they are, however you identify yourself, if you are offended because the Rangers didn't wear those warm-up jerseys, then I said that is certainly your right, and all I can tell you is write a letter to the Rangers. It doesn't affect me one way or the other. Doesn't affect me if they wear the jerseys. Doesn't affect me if they don't wear the jerseys. Again, it is not my place to say what is offensive or what's not offensive to gay people, because I'm not one of them. If a gay person says I'm offended, I should have worn the jerseys, then fine. But most of the things that people say are offensive in this world are claimed to be offensive by people whose lives are not affected by these things. And it's usually straight white males telling everybody what's offensive to black people, what's offensive to Spanish people, what's offensive to gay people. You know what? I'll let them speak for themselves. Black people, Hispanic people, gay people, they all know how to speak for themselves. I've seen them do it on TV. When they're offended, I understand. I sympathize. Then they can affect change. But it doesn't affect me. And quite frankly, it is not my place to say whether that's offensive or not. For all I know, the Rangers donated $50 billion to the LGBTQ community.
According to the woman that can prove that you are a heterosexual man, Jen Eberhardt says most of the issue was that they advertised it and didn't follow through, and the charity aspect.
Exactly, and
that's where
I do understand that.
Now, what happened with that? I didn't hear that part.
That's all there was. They advertised that they would be wearing the jerseys, and then they didn't.
What about charity? They're giving to that Garden of Dreams every other minute.
They apparently there is a charity that has something to do with that community that they do make a sizable donation to, and apparently the money they raise from the jerseys goes towards that charity in addition to their donation. Now, how much money they typically raise in a season from auctioning off 25 or 26 jerseys, I don't know. If they made a sizable donation, something tells me that covers the cost of the auctioning of the jerseys. Okay. I saw a couple of people that were offended because they collect jerseys and couldn't buy them at the auction.
Okay.
Write a letter.
Okay.
It does not affect me one way or the other.
All right. Well, here's my take on the whole thing. And I know mine's probably going to be, I'm a little bit older than you. So, I've been complaining about this. What happened to German night? What happened to Paisano night? What happened to Polish American night? Now I have to celebrate a night about somebody's sexuality. Keep the sexuality out of hockey. I don't need it. I don't need to see it. I don't want it.
You are making a common argument.
There are some gay players, Chris Kreider, that that was a slip of the tongue. I'm sorry. There are some players, I'm sure that there are gay players in the league. And the thing is that in this country, you got a choice. The team made a choice not to wear it. Bada boom, bada bing. That's it. End of story. I don't care about your Twitterati, the people, the idiots on Twitter, what they say, social media, whatever.
Here's the flip side to that is that apparently it wasn't the team that made the decision not to wear the jerseys. At least from what I've heard and read, the decision was made for them. Players, there were a couple of players, apparently, again, this is just what I read. I'm not in that locker room, so I don't know for sure. But there were a couple of players that were surprised to show up in the locker room and not see the jerseys hanging in their stalls. Again, doesn't affect me. It's not my look. Am I offended?
Like no. So is my wife. Go ahead.
I didn't even notice they didn't wear the jerseys.
This is just so apparently Maui Walker had a problem with this again. Oh, somebody's got to
because she's got to appeal to the
she's
got to have
everybody.
She's got to have her Twitter presence, so she's got to appease social media.
Right, and old people don't follow social media, so she's trying to throw herself in with the woke mob.
Right. So, again, if you're offended, if you're offended, I understand, but write a letter.
Don't get me wrong. I totally support all this stuff, but just keep it out of my sports. Whatever. It's a whole different genre of life that I just. And I agree. It's virtue signaling by Molly. Like, I'm with you. I'm an ally. Well, a lot of us are allies, or, that's the word they use. We're allies of this community. But it doesn't mean I have to see my hockey players dress in the colors. Again, what about the Germans, the Italians? We have no nights like that. They have it at Shea. City Field. I'm sorry. But,
they used to have an Irish night at Shea. I don't know if they still do.
Well, you can't have an Irish night at the Garden. They're cutting off the drinks.
Right. So, you get into the whole what about German night, Irish night, and then you get into a whole other discussion. Because the argument to that is that somebody who's gay has never had to hide the fact that they were German, or they've never needed a reason to whatever. It just gets into a whole thing. The whole thing is that the whole world is too busy revolving around what Twitter thinks, and that's Twitter is not a real place. It's not a real place.
All right,
we got to stop worrying about what Twitter says about everything, because it's not a real place.
Frankie Gallo. Let's get back to the hockey talk.
It is hockey talk.
I know. I'm glad to get your
related.
opinion.
If the fans are talking about it, if it relates to the team, then we're talking about it.
Well, everybody got. What do you think about Will Cooley's fight? You saw it up front and live.
He could throw hands a little bit.
A little bit.
He can throw hands.
It's good to see a guy be able to be capable of fighting and throwing, and just in case somebody tries to take liberties, although he's 6'2", so I don't think most people are going to be trying to take liberties with him, especially if they see the videotape of that. They traded punches. he what's the word Maloney always he accorded himself well, or I think that's what Maloney always says on the radio.
He does. Yes.
So that's good. Then he got sent down. Everybody panicked. Why are they sending him down? Because the Rangers are off for 2 weeks. He's going down to Hartford to play some hockey.
Right.
Now
and he plays in the AHL All-Star game, I believe.
Right. Now, have we figured out, does this save any cap room? Is anybody, I see it posted, I don't know, conflicting reports.
I don't know.
We don't know.
I don't know. I don't know, because every time I think I got it figured out, somebody in the chat tells me I'm wrong. So
yeah,
the hell with it.
You guys figure
football
it out.
cap's going up next year, $16 million. That I know.
Yes.
Hockey's going up 58 cents.
Well, eventually the cap will go up because we're really in a state of austerity with after the COVID and all that shit. So from what I hear, the cap will be going up. And that's good news for the Rangers because the Rangers are going to have some decisions to make if young Philip Hedl keeps scoring.
Some Jake decisions to be made?
Jake decisions. You saw Philip Hedl goal, made it 3-1 in that game, big boy.
Oh, yes, a hard-working goal, Sam.
Yeah, I can tell you, he had 16, 15, 16?
16 goals.
Wow, this is a career high for Phil, man.
He can wind up with 25 goals.
As a
certainly
line
within
player.
reach.
I mean, that's pretty good.
As a second, third line, second/third line guy.
Yeah, I mean,
was the Trocheck signing a mistake?
Well, you hear. I don't know if it was Dancing Larry or.
I was actually just going to mention that awfully, and then we got on to Philip Hedl.
Well, he's saying that apparently Ryan Strome, we considered him just a throwaway because anybody could play with Panarin, but apparently Vinny Trocheck can't play with Panarin. Is that what he was trying to say?
No, Awfully was actually mentioning about viewership on TV being
down.
Oh,
okay. I thought you were talking. We were still on Larry. Yes, viewership is down on TV.
So yes, on ESPN and TNT. Okay, so if Trocheck if he was a mistake, or if he wasn't a mistake, isn't he now the highest paid third line center in the league? I mean, does the Philip Hedl line, the kid line, whatever you want to call them, the
young Bucks,
Bucks,
Joe and Jim have been. I'm not Joe and Jim. I'm sorry for that insult.
Yep.
Joe and Sam have been pushing that Young Bucks bullshit.
Young Bucks. I mean, is that line our second line? Are they cemented in now? Should they be? Is any line cemented in on this team?
Well, you can't put Panarin on the third line. That's suicide.
He's on the first line. He's with Zibby up there
originally. Now. He's playing with Zibby and Kreider. Was Kreider's
Kreider's been playing a little bit on the third line with Trocheck.
As well as he should be. I don't know. Trocheck, I think Trocheck's fine. Ryan Strome can stay with the Anaheim Ducks, whoever he is, stinking up on that pathetic team, him and Vinny Lettieri and that other mope who signed with them. You could be on that horrible team for the rest of your lives. You could have been a New York Ranger, but you wanted the money.
So, do you think that the kid line, the Young Bucks, I love. Do you think they deserve to be, or should they be the second line
for Toronto? Thank you, Brett. They need
Vinny
to be
Lettieri called up by the Bruins today, by the way.
You paisan. Get the music, baby.
Gonna get his name on the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, they lost 3 straight last time I checked.
Yes.
They're in a deep slide.
Yeah. They're only 16 games in front of first place now.
I know. It's unbelievable. What a season. What the who was I going to say? I think right now, it wouldn't hurt to put these guys on the second line. They got to get Lafreniere going. Kakko's played well enough. Hedel is playing really well. I don't know what lines you're going to make after that, but you got to make the best lines possible. Do I think it's going to happen? No, because I think Gallant is and I've said it before, he's a go for now guy. Whoever's hot is going to play. So Kreider's not so hot. Panarin, everybody's disgruntled with them. He doesn't shoot. He doesn't this, all this stuff. So people, I mean, I think he's just going to go with the hot hands, and that's it. If Filipino is the hotter hand, he's the second line center.
Chris Kreider's on pace for about 35 goals. Why are people upset with that?
I don't know. How many even strength goals? This is usually my bugaboo with this guy. But I think
14.
He's got 14 even strength goals?
Yes, sir. 4 on the power play.
Wow, that is amazing. So I'm all about, now that I've been refreshed and influxed with that stat, I'm much happier.
And 56.
Back to Darwin Bushman, you want to get all in my face here about plays the hot hands. Well, last year with that same, get up, that makeup, they were like the top 7 in the league. So I think it's gonna, they're going through a bad stretch. What do you want to put out there? You want Lafreniere and Kakko? You want the young bucks out there in the power play with Trouba and Miller? I don't know. Don't get my dander up, Dr. B.
By the way, people that want to get on Trocheck, he's the only regular center who's over 50% in faceoffs. Filipino for all the roses we're throwing, or for all the Rosens we're throwing at him, he's 38% on faceoffs.
Wow.
I mean, that's bad.
That's bad. Yeah. 56% ain't enough to run home to, but it's for the Rangers, that's like Yannick Perreault numbers. So who knows? I mean, I can't fix all the problems with the Rangers right now. All I know is they're winning. Sam and Joe keep telling me they're winning. We're on a winning streak. It's all smiles. They're shaking after that Vegas game. Oh my God! You got to see Halak. Oh, Joe, he's won 5 in a row, and he only gives up 1 goal. What a story! Everybody smiles. I come back to Rangerville, and everybody's upset with the team. You know why everybody's upset? They've had a lot of bad losses where they had leads and blew it.
Right.
That's why, and that is legitimate. That's a legitimate gripe, because you know what kind of teams do that? Losers. Bad teams.
That Toronto game last Tuesday or Wednesday, that was a killer.
They had them.
What was it? 4 minutes to go. 4 minutes to go.
They
let
them.
Timothy Lillenhammer tie the game. 19 seconds into overtime. The guy's got 4 goals. They let this guy tie the game. And then 19 seconds in overtime, they don't even touch the puck, and Mitch Marner sends him back home. Go through customs.
Well,
yes, Sam will still be calling games on the opening night of MSG 5. There's been some
ripping them off here. Toronto, Devils,
Oilers,
Islanders,
Columbus. I mean, Columbus wasn't a game where they blew a lead. They just got blasted. And that Chicago game, that was another one. I mean, there have been some bad losses.
Well, they're saying on the broadcast the Chicago game is where the Rangers turned it around.
It was the game after that.
Losses.
It was the St. Louis game after that they really turned it around. They lost that Chicago game when Trouba lost his shit, and then they went into the third period of the next game, which was the Blues game, and I think they were down, I want to say 4-3, and they blew it open in the third, won the game, and that was what got them. That was what got them going. Yeah, they scored 3 goals in that third period of that game. I got the box score up here. So really, Trouba said his wake-up call, but they didn't wake up for another 4 periods. They hit the snooze button a few times on that wake-up call.
That Toronto game, first of all, that coach for Toronto, he sent Nylander out there like the last 5 minutes, just said, all his good guys, go. All his forwards, which to me is a good thing in the regular season, but this might be a reason that the Leafs do not make it far in the playoffs, because you can only ride those horses. What up? Matthews wound up getting hurt, right? He sprained his knee in that game. I think it was in that game.
Did he?
Yeah, he's out 5 games or so from what I did. See if I can get corroboration. I may have just dreamt that or hoped it on him. But they really went for it. The Rangers shit their pants. Again, and that Marner goal, Ranger fans want to blame everybody. Maybe blame the coach. I have no idea why Keandre Miller was out there to start that overtime. 3-on-3, Adam Fox should be out there.
Or Panarin.
First off. I go more with the coach than the play that happened on the ice. Mitch Marner made an incredible move, and then that finish was Hall of Fame finish. I'm sorry. I know we want, I have to be objective about that. That was a fantastic goal. Should it have happened? No. We should win every game. But again, it's this 3-on-3 nonsense. We can't win in regulation. We're blowing leads. It's upsetting. That's why the fans don't feel like there's a winning streak. We're getting crushed in these emotional games and blowing leads.
Yeah. But the goal that Marner scored, that was about as bad a defensive sequence as you could ever imagine. Aaron, I don't know what any of them were doing on that play. We could look at it if you'd like.
Let's look at it. I don't find anybody tremendously at fault for that. But of course, when you get an emotional goal like that scored against you, everybody's fucking pointing the blame finger. And they had them. They lulled them to sleep.
With what has been the starting trio for the Leafs, Liljegren.
Okay, so we've got Panarin and
Marner to
Zibanejad, right?
Begin.
And Miller.
Marner's in.
So here comes Marner, right?
Against Panarin.
Panarin swats at him.
He gets blown.
Now he's already past Zibanejad.
He blew right past him.
Marner ducks in.
And Keandre Miller just kind of
chopped at him
a little. Marner goes right around him, and at this point, the puck's already in the net. And meanwhile, here's Zibanejad lost in space, and here's Panarin spectating.
So underway with.
We'll watch the whole thing at full speed here.
What has been the starting trio for the Leafs, Liljegren, Camp, and Marner to begin. And Mitch Marner's in. Up against Panarin. Marner ducks in to the net. Scores! An incredible game winner.
How much of that? All right, listen. I could
great broadcast, by the way, on Sportsnet. The TNT app wasn't working very well during that game, so I switched over on my streaming service and watched the game on Sportsnet. Fantastic broadcast. Fantastic.
Better than MSG's?
Oh, Joe.
Oh, Joe. My problem was that, okay, yes, it looks like they were sleeping, but how much of that was Mitch Marner? You're talking about one of the best players in this league. It looked weak. It looked weak. Should have never gotten to that point.
It just, I don't, Zibanejad's just standing there. He starts driving in towards the net, and there's already, he's cutting in from the face-off circle dot. And Zibanejad is already, there's nothing he can do at that point. The play is already past him. I mean, it's just bad positioning. And not for nothing. And I don't know much about coaching a hockey team. I've never done it. Only from my chair. But the Rangers, they don't even touch the puck in overtime.
No.
Wouldn't you put your best face-off guy out there to start overtime and just try and get the puck and then send him right off if you have to? Teams do that all the time. When you got a face-off in your defensive zone, they'll send a guy out there who's best at defensive zone face-offs, so he gets right off the ice. Chris Cuthbert is terrific, Cutter. Fantastic game. Calls a great game. Love watching Sportsnet.
Come on. Everybody knows Canada does it the best, except for recognizing U.S. hockey. Other than that, they're great. They do everything better. It's like the NFL up there. Here, it's like the fucking. It's like the CFL. No, not even the CFL. It's like fucking arena football. Get nothing. Third-rate announcing.
It was just a very bad sequence.
It's just another one of these, it's just one of those heart-crushing, soul-crushing losses. And we've seen quite a half a dozen or so like that this year. Now, who am I going to blame? I'm probably going to have to go with the coach. They had them lulled to sleep. You didn't hear nothing from Tavares. You didn't hear nothing from Matthews. Marner was subdued. They weren't getting, and then all of a sudden, I don't know. But I thought against Vegas they played better. Halak had to play pretty well. I think it was the second period, right? He played. He was sharp.
No, that was Shesterkin in that game.
Oh,
Halak played against Vegas.
That's what I was talking about in Vegas.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at this. I'm trying to figure out. I can't read this fucking thing. I don't know what the hell this mess is. I was trying to figure out who was on the ice for the Rangers at the end of the third period, and if that might have affected who he put out there in overtime.
Oh, I couldn't tell you.
I'll be honest with you. I can't make heads or tails of this chart.
Oh.
Oh, okay. I think I understand this now. It looks like Panarin hadn't been on the ice, and Adam Fox might have just come off the ice at towards the end of the third period. Trouba was the last man on the ice, one of the last defensemen on the ice, and so was Miller. So he put Miller back out there, but I don't know.
I mean, I like
Filipino didn't play the last 6 minutes of that game. I don't know what he had to do to get in there.
I don't know what he did.
All he done was score 2 goals in that game.
Right. I blame it on the coach.
And this Ranger fans is why I don't wave the pom-poms for this coach. Right?
I don't know what he does.
I
know what he doesn't do.
Mario, honestly, I was trying to find a way to give the coach the benefit of the doubt. And yes, you're absolutely right. There's a break after regulation. There's really no excuse why your shift, whoever's on the ice when the horn blows at the end of the third period, there's really no excuse why they can't be out there at the beginning of the overtime unless they had a 4-minute shift.
Who was with Marner? It was Lindgren there, whatever his name is, Lilyhammer, and who was the other guy? Tell me it's William Nylander, and I'll have a stroke right here. I mean, they were killing us with William Nylander. Their coach had no problem going with his horses.
Let me see. It was Mitch Marner
and Zeke Mowat.
It was Lilyhammer. He was on the ice, and David Kampf.
Oh God, Kampf-Fanique.
Right.
All right. Still, Marner. It was fucked up.
It's just, again, it's just literally head scratching what this coach does sometimes. I mean,
did they ever call him on it in the media?
Oh God, no. Who's gonna call him on it?
I don't know.
Who's gonna call? Monty Walker gonna call him on it?
That hippie
Vince gonna call him? Come on.
Oh,
Come on.
All right.
We need Frank Brown. Remember Frank Brown? Frank Brown would have called him out. Where's Jerry Eskenazi?
Yeah, where's Jerry Eskenazi? He's probably
98 years old. He's still alive, by the way. He was just on somebody's podcast not too long ago.
He was. Oh.
He was on George Grimm's podcast, I believe.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Not too long ago. But God, he's got to be 90s. Walt McPeak. There's a name for you. He would have said something.
Wow, you guys are really going way back.
Who's the Barry Eisel?
I remember that guy.
He wrote the book.
Steve Serby. Oh, he used to write for the Jets.
He writes for the Post. He's the one that every year the Jets win their first game of the season, he says they're going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Well, the guy who writes for the Jets, Rich Cimini,
right.
I worked at the high school radio station with that guy. He went on to...
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, he's like the expert, but he's stuck with the fucking Jets.
Right.
Covered them for fucking 40 years. He was a dweeb.
But he's got some stories.
He's a dweeb.
Top 5 coaches that are off, that aren't on a bench.
That I would want
off the bench.
Trache. Tom
Ron Lowe.
Ron Lowe. I don't know.
Colin Campbell. 5 choices. You want 5? You want me to give you 5 coaches that aren't working? You're saying off the bench. Is that what he's saying? 5 coaches.
I think that's what he's saying.
5 non-working.
Barry
coaches.
Trotz would be number 1. But then we'd have to be defensive hockey. I don't know. He sometimes may be good, sometimes maybe shit. I don't know to make with Gallant. I mean, he's not a very cerebral coach. I mean, let's just face it that way. He doesn't call timeouts the way I would like him to. But what do I know? I don't know shit. When things go wrong, there's got to be a finger to blame. I don't like the fact that he can't take any criticism. You got to have a thick skin in this league. So, Joe's right. He can be stubborn. So now that people want to know all about the trades, the deadline now, the big news. Well, we got kind of, what do you think about the Islanders getting Bo Horvat for a fucking song?
Does he know it's the Islanders when he got traded to? Do you think he knows yet?
They never know. They think they're
you think he got on the plane? You think he got on the plane? He's like, oh, this is great. I'm going to play at Madison Square Garden. I'm going to be a Ranger. I'm going to see that Billy Joel banner every night. I love fish. And then he gets off. Hey, wait a minute. Didn't we just pass the exit for New York City?
He's got to take the LIR to the game. R. Listen.
I got traded. I got traded where now? To who?
I mean, Vancouver is a fucking garbage fire. So, he's walking into another one. Everybody seems to be of the thought that Lou is going to sign him. I got news for you. If Horvat even tries to ask for a little bit more money, Lou's going to be like, sayonara. All I lost was Anthony Beauvillier and...
according to Tracy, Bo Horvat is pulling a Bernie Nichols. Is that true? He's representing the Canucks at the All-Star game? Like Bernie Nichols represented the Western Conference when the Rangers traded for him?
I like Horvat. He's scoring goals now. He didn't have a great year last year. I mean, they need goal scoring, the Islanders. I think they swindled them in the trade. I think. But good for you. Good for you. I don't really care about the Islanders. I think the Rangers should go after Patrick Kane because he's a young player. He's having a great season.
Compared to us.
I'm being sarcastic.
Compared to us.
I'm being sarcastic. Stay away from Patrick Kane. This has disaster written all over it. All over it.
It really does. And where does he play? Where does he play?
It's just the name. It's just the name that gets all these pedestrian fans, and I'm calling you pedestrian fans who want Kane. It's just the name. Oh, reunite him with Panarin. Why? Panarin doesn't deserve to be Peaches and Herb and reunited with Kane. Panarin's sticking a joint up right now. No reward for you.
And who plays center? Zibanejad? And then what? Then Kreider's on your third line? And then what?
Not thought out.
It's
not well thought out.
I mean,
Paul Sliker's got the right idea. Timo Meyer should be the first guy on that list. Again, where does he play? I mean, I don't know. But Timo Meyer, first of all, he won't be able to score against the Rangers anymore, which he does every game. And he's a very productive player. All right. So, I mean, is there anybody in this chat room of over, 438 people that thinks that Patrick Kane is the answer? And what will we have to give up to get him?
I'll tell you, who'd be a good fit on this team is Pavel Buchnevich.
That ship has sailed.
I just said that 5 minutes ago. Is Cutter even paying attention?
No, I don't know.
I just said Bernie Nichols played for the other conference. Jen giving you the hard no.
Good. That's right.
On Patrick Kane. Dr. B says, not the answer, but Drury will pull the trigger.
Oh, please. The Hawks will not. Again, please snapshot that fucking quote. If draft picks come their way, they are sellers big time. Okay, so everybody's pretty much in agreement, nobody on Kane. So once again, you have proved to be stellar fans.
The smartest fans.
The smartest fans in the world. But they're going to want a haul. And you guys can't be gun shy of giving up picks and shit. What the fuck are we guarding picks for? And prospects. They all stink. I mean, the only guy I've been impressed with this year is Braden Schneider. I would hold on to that guy long term. That's got Yadri Miller's still, he's still young. I would hold on to him. But eventually, you're going to have to pay these fucking guys. And that's when you're going to have, you hope that fucking salary cap goes up, $200 million.
Right. And then we're in business. Yeah, because if there's one thing this team knows how to do, it's spend money well, smartly.
Yeah, we'll be in buyout pretty soon. I don't know. I like from what I'm hearing, I like the Timo Maya the best. Who else is out there, guys? Refresh my memories.
Larry
Tyler
Brooks mentioned
Barbashev. I like that Barbasol guy. Barbashev.
We've already got a Barbashev. We've got Maxim Barbashev in the.
And now we got to get we always get the wrong one.
you want the genuine article?
No, Braden Shen and Tyler Mott's applesauce. I ain't getting trilled by those guys.
Dancing Larry Brooks did mention Tarasenko in his column today.
Who did?
Dancing Larry Brooks.
Oh, that's a well. Hey, thanks for listening.
What did he say here? I'm trying to find it. Vladimir Tarasenko surely is a possible target on the rental market as a top 6 winger, while pending unrestricted free agents Tyler Bertuzzi, Tyler Mott, Ivan Barbashev, and Nick Butz. How do you say his last name? Butstad.
Yeah.
Thank you. Are interesting lend-lease options for the bottom 6. I wonder whether Milan Lucic, if available and on an expiring contract, has enough left to be a menacing fourth-line agitator. But he does say that the guy he would target ahead of any of these options is Nashville's 25-year-old physical winger, Tanner. I don't know if it's Jeannot.
Yes.
Jeannot?
Yes.
Then we could play
I like that guy.
Galvin DeVoe. Don't you know?
I like that kid. But I don't know. Kravtsov doesn't even play, and you still are on him.
Oh,
he's been. You get to see Julian Gauthier and Ivar Lecision, or whatever that kid's name is. Jake Lecision. God, what's his face-offs at that kid?
Bad Lecisions.
Bad Lecision after bad Lecision. They can't figure out a fourth line worth of shit out there.
He's 52.8% on face-offs.
Oh, was he second on the team?
That would put him fourth on the team.
We would able to get these fourth line muckers if they could ever. And I mean, I'm talking 20 years. Can we get somebody from the minors and develop somebody in the minor leagues that can play on the fourth line for the New York Rangers? They can't find him.
No.
He doesn't exist. He never existed.
Can't develop forwards.
They don't win games down there, so I don't know what they do.
They developed Buchnevich, and then they traded him. And that took 5 years.
I'm not sold on Harper either, but right as steady as she goes, he's been good so far.
Locked up for 2 years.
Yeah. But I don't think he's a long-term solution.
Wolfpack coming off a 7-3 loss.
Oh, they're rocking.
I
used to think it was Ken Jananda, but who's this guy you love, Chuck Knobloch down there? He ain't doing much better. I don't know. Why is that franchise continually bad? Then I'm listening to...
Because it's a dumping ground, because they don't treat it as a developmental team. It's a dumping ground for has-beens and never wases and never gonna be's.
And then I hear about the Hershey Bears, the Capitals. The Hershey Bears have like every title. Like they have like 30. They're like the Montreal Canadiens in the AHL. I'm like, why can't we be like, we have unlimited funds? And it's a scrap heap.
It is. Ryan Carpenter, 31. Turner Elson, 30 years old. Gustav Rydahl, 29 years old. CJ Smith, 29 years old. Johnny Brodzinski, 29 years old. Tim Gettinger. We've only been waiting 5 years on Tim Gettinger.
You got to cut bait with that guy.
Sammy Blay now joins the mix down there. He's 20, coming up on 27.
Scored a goal the other night.
Zach Guttieri, another Italian, coming up on 27 years old. Andy Walensky, 30 years old.
Who?
Andy Walensky.
Are you making that name up? Is that the trainer? I mean, come on.
Did I mention Tanner Fritz? He's 31.
Tanner, he's on the Fritz, that guy.
Tanner on the Fritz. So who's being developed?
Nothing.
Here, listen to the Hershey Bears, right? Sam, this guy's last name is Anas. Sam Anas.
Sam Anas.
I'm such a child. He's 30. But then they got this guy, Shane Gersich, 26. Mason Morelli, 26. Beck Malenstein, 24. Connor McMichael, 21.
He was on. I think he
Julian
was on.
Julian Napravnik, 26. Garrett Pilon, 24.
Rich's Pilon's kid.
Right. They got it. They got two other guys, Cale Kessie and Mike Scarbosa. Though they're both 30.
Scarbosa, he was in
Skivuza.
One of the crime families.
Mike Skivuza. Riley Sutter, 23.
All right.
Henrik Borgskub, 23. Ethan Frank, 23. Hendrix Leperriere, 20. Henrik Rybinski, 21.
All right. None of these sound like winning names. Let me just say.
That Hendrix Leperriere, he's highly touted.
Now, what position are these guys? Defense?
These are all forwards.
Okay.
Matt Strome, 23. Defense, 25, 25, 25, 21. Then they got one old man down there. He's like 35. Logan Day, who was born right after the Rangers won the Cup. This guy's playing in the AHL. Dylan McElrath is a Hershey Bear.
Get the hell out of here. I may have to go to Hershey.
I swear to God.
Wow. What's their record?
They're in first place.
Of course, they're in first place every year.
And that's how I'm saying. And that's how Washington stays competitive year after year after year. They're a cup contender. Guys come and go, and they continue to be. They're like the Atlanta Braves.
With the
you
Rangers,
have to build a system. You have to develop guys that can come in when guys drop off. Hartford is a dumping ground. Mario, your beer league team is probably better than Hartford. Not only younger, but better.
It's a systematic problem with this team, but no one will address it. McMichael, wasn't he a former Cap, that dude?
Mongo McMichael?
I don't know.
Connor McMichael. I just want to know about Sam Anas.
Well, the Anas needs to shoot more. Anas needs to shoot.
Artem Anisimov, by the way, is still on the Lehigh Valley Phantoms.
Nice. Love Artie.
They have an old roster. God, they got a guy born in 1986.
Oh, this is a
36 years old.
The Rangers have unlimited resources. He's staying on that team, that Anas, says Frankie Gallo. I don't know. It's a systematic problem, and it will never be addressed. It's never been addressed. It never will be addressed. Go down there, have some fun, watch the games, laugh at the mascot sonar, and that's about it.
Hartford currently tied with the Providence Bruins 2-2 in the second period, in case you cared.
Get Mitch Beck on the line. I want a live update.
Oh, yeah.
That guy. Like Mitch Beck is dumpster at this moment.
Zach Jones has a goal in tonight's game, and Will Cooley has a goal in tonight's game.
All right, that's good.
Will Cooley scored his 14th. Zach Jones with his 6th. Zach Jones,
a lot of people have written off Zach Jones.
He will be traded.
You think he will be traded?
There's no place for him.
Well, injuries could happen. It does happen. You gotta,
no place for him.
Okay. Well, what about this? What about this Robertson guy? Yeah, everybody's saying this Matthew Robertson. Did you even mention him in Hartford?
Well, because he's under. He's one of the few guys under 35 down there, and they still have Hunter Skinner down there, who they were so high on.
Principal Skinner,
Seymour Skinner. Matthew Robertson. I don't know where his place is either. He's a left-handed.
Everybody says, "Oh, he's great. He's great."
He might. maybe he takes Lindgren's place. I'm not sure Lindgren's here long term. And everybody loves him.
Boy.
I love him, but
Pitchfork Madison Square Garden number 5, number 6, if that happens. I don't know.
well, he's another guy who's going to be a free agent in a year or two, and he's going to get a big contract.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
no answer from Costa as of yet.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know where he is.
Hope he's alive.
I hope so too, because it's not like he has somebody that would make that announcement for him.
Yeah, it's not like his parents are going to come on and
I don't think his
one of our
parents,
Greek
I don't think his
listeners.
parents even know of our existence.
Yes. So, I don't know. You think maybe I don't know. I have no answers. This is a systematic. I don't with Drury. Wasn't he assistant GM or GM down there in Hartford?
I think so.
So I don't get it. And I also think I feel like every Ranger comes right to the Rangers. There's no thought of ever putting them in the minors. Hey, we drafted you playing. In the first round, you get a slot. You get a spot right away.
Right.
Got to get you in. You know what it is because they're always so strained with the cap. They got to get people in the lineup to play entry level because they got to save money somewhere.
Right.
Just throwing money. Anyway, so I laid all my frustrations. What do you think about people getting on Shesterkin this year, thinking he's not really playing all that well?
I think he's been fine. I don't think he's been his Vezina self, but he set a pretty high bar last year. That's tough to match year in year. Look, all I care about is what happens in April and beyond.
Well, right.
That's the
way I
main
feel.
part.
This is all preseason to me.
They're not losing games because of Igor, right? So,
Right, I would agree with that. Trouba's got to get straightened out. I see they're talking about his contract. Trouba's got to straighten his shit out. No. I just his just overall play is just not up to snuff. It's not up to snuff. And I think he needs to be more of a force like last year. where he occasionally, and he has done that recently, where he stood up a couple guys. He needs to be more involved, lead by example. Hold on. Jacob Truba's on the line.
That's Truba calling right now.
Jacob. Hey, listen, man. It's a show. I've got to say what's on my mind.
That's the Walper Hotel in Kitchener calling to confirm Eddie's reservation.
Yes, we'll be there. Make sure you have the sex swing
romantic enhancements.
But other than that, I think I've pretty much covered everything I wanted to cover. Any subjects? Well, we talked about the ratings. The ratings is down.
The ratings are down.
Hey, you have any reason why you think the ratings are down?
Well, hold on. Let's see. I don't know. I mean, there haven't been too many Ranger games. I mean, they haven't been on ESPN that much, right? They've only been on once or twice.
I think it's a combination.
1 or 2 TNT games.
The ESPN Plus, if you don't have, I'm sure they have an app for this, or you have Hulu, it's a little bit wonky to navigate all around all this stuff. Sometimes you don't have it. You might not know you have it. A lot of this has gone on during the football season, most of the hockey season. So football is going to trump, and I think Thursday night is the hockey night on ESPN Plus. So that's going to kill any ratings hockey's going to get. So
here's a guy who's a Penguins fan that says, as someone who wants to watch games, the NHL does a good job of making it a total headache for fans. Limited local streaming options other than paying for expensive cable. ESPN Plus only games, but most local games are blacked out. A total mess they made themselves. Digital ad. There's one person blaming digital ads. I don't think digital ads is is why the ratings are down.
No,
but
I don't. It's annoying as shit, but there's plenty of people who say it doesn't bother them. Annoying.
Here's a guy who says probably something to do with needing a cable subscription with TNT and NHL Network and ESPN Plus to watch games. Oh, and you still get regional blackouts. Is it maybe terrible scheduling that has 10 games that start at the same time, or is it because some games are exclusively shown on platforms that not everyone can afford to subscribe to? Because they have 14 games start at the same time on a Tuesday, then one game on a Wednesday, and that's Sens versus Coyotes.
That's a good retort.
Here, streaming services. This is from Jeff Vallette, who covers hockey. He said streaming services are a mess at a time where cable viewership is declining across the board. Few on-ice storylines that impact the casual fan, next to no player movement to drum up interest, and the league's flagship ad this year was digital boards advertisements. Regional blackouts stink. Blackouts stink. The playoff format is garbage since some of the matchups are already locked in stone. Every game that starts early is an intermission at the same time. Both networks' coverage could use some work.
That's for sure. I mean, boring bore on these freaking.
There's a lot of people mentioning mentioning the start times. I never really thought about that. I like Ranger games starting at 7:00. Don't change it.
Right.
Honestly, I wouldn't mind if they started at 6:00. They'd be over by 8:30.
As you get older, you're like, stop looking at this over with.
I do the recap for the Patreon group, and I'm in bed at 9:00 if I want to be.
Yeah, it's just, I think, very inaccessible to older people who are not like stream savvy, like people my age, and certainly, you don't know where the game is. How many times where is the game?
Right. I have this report coming in from the Florida Panthers alumni game taking place tonight as part of NHL All-Star Weekend. Ryan Chloe is playing on the NHL team against the Panthers alumni, and he is in all NYR gear.
Oh, well, isn't he part of the upper echelon?
He is.
He's in charge of concussions.
Right.
Because he had like 6 of them. That's the guy who's in your Ranger hierarchy. All ex-Ranger bums. That's another reason you lose. Chris Drury hired all his favorite players. Bum. You see him in that Toronto game? They saw his face?
Same face he always has. I don't know why people made such a big deal out of that face. That's his face. That's his resting bitch face. He's always got that face.
Resting
that same
dick
stupid
face.
Look at his head. Always. All right, don't get me started on him. I'm in a good mood.
All right, I won't start you on him. But everybody's, he's really upset. No, that's the way he always looks, everybody.
Right. He always looks that way. He always looks like somebody just ran over his dog and fed it to him in a pie.
And then
want to talk to Cutter? Cutter would like to be our first guest on Restream.
Okay, let this guy be.
Oh, look how wow, I like that. Hold on a second. Cutter.
I love the new look.
I like that. You bring a guest on, it's just a little click of a button, and there they are. Look at this. Oh, he's got his kitchen. Look, we get a wide angle view of the lair, Cutter's lair.
Wow, we see the Kitchener Ranger banner up.
Let's see if we can do this. I don't like that. I like this one.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't matter.
We can do this. I don't like that either.
He's messing with yes. And then who's that baseball picture of?
I could put Cutsy up next to Eddie where he likes to be.
Joe Carter.
It's Joe Carter?
Yeah, Joe Carter.
Why are you such a big Joe Carter fan?
Jack Carter.
No. 93 Blue Jays, game-winning home run, only second player ever to do so.
Off Mitch Williams.
Yep.
Wow.
I was in a bar in Philadelphia when that happened, Cutter. I was working for a company. I was working for a company, and we were setting up a Christmas store in a mall near Philadelphia. And I just happened to be at a bar at a Philly hotel when he hit that home run. And you could have heard a pin drop in that place as people were shuffling out. And I loved every minute of it.
Loving every minute of it. Loving every minute of it.
Is that Loverboy? Loving every minute of it. Something
Yes.
No,
So what's up, Cutter? Welcome to Restream. Cutter, serious question. Did you have trouble getting in? Was it easy to figure out?
I was pretty good. Like, it asked me, my camera and my microphone and all that. And, it's just the one. Of course, I haven't changed it in years. So, like.
Right. You're still on Netscape Navigator.
Ha, ha, ha.
Windows
No,
NT.
no. It's on Firefox.
Oh, he's got
It came through from
Firefly.
Firefox.
Now,
It came through.
Now, Jeff,
Okay,
were you conflicted when your Leafs beat the Rangers in overtime? On what was your take on the goal? Was it a Mitch Marner beauty goal, or was it the Rangers not playing good defense?
I'm always conflicted when Leafs play the Rangers, especially in Toronto. I mean, up north. But yeah, like, I was kind of conflicted. But, Leafs won in overtime. Like, it wasn't regulation. So I can't take pleasure in that.
Oh.
But anyway, like the Rangers, that was pathetic. Like, not one of them touched the puck or went after Marner completely well. So
there you have it from a guy who sees it from both angles, saying that it was the Rangers. Okay.
Yeah, of course it was the Rangers.
Okay. People want to know, are you using a voice synthesizer or a voice modulator?
No, I'm afraid not. This is my real voice.
That's his regular voice. Come on now.
Come on.
Yeah. I've been used to that crap for 13 years, Frankie Gallo. Yeah. So, like, anyway.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Tell me what you need to say.
I'm actually shocked that Costa wasn't the first guy, because I'm actually in training to fight Costa. So I have to,
What do you drink?
Training for what? What is that, baby oil? What are you doing? What is going
on?
Yeah.
Wow.
What is
Good
happening?
job.
I thought it was Fireball, but it's actually baby oil.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
He's oiling himself up for the match.
Oh my
God. Okay.
What?
Well, I mean,
you don't have to oil your groin, but that.
I did not oil my groin. I oiled my stomach.
Oh.
Sorry, I thought that I was gonna have to be with Costa, like, side by side and all that, and
no. If I ever see you and Costa side by side with baby oil, I'll be running for the exits.
Sorry,
I know you're doing a bit. I like it.
Don't worry. I'll stop.
No, we're not gonna throw you off.
So yeah, mind if I chip in on the ratings?
I wanted to ask your opinion on that.
Very good. Well, in Canada, we also have the same stuff. Like, there's lots of Sportsnet and TSN games that I can see on the TV guide, but I can't watch because it's regional blackouts. So I can't watch like the Oilers or the Flames, like regional games. I can watch them if they're on the national feed, but not on the normal provincial feeds and all that. So yeah.
Okay. But
by the way, I love that if we want to highlight people's comments, it actually shifts the screens up so you can still see the whole comment. Right. Oh, Restream, I love you.
Benz, no.
Have you watched any of this new Dana White slapping contests yet?
No.
They have this thing where it's a competition. You slap a guy.
I love fighting, but they said about this Dana White. I thought it isn't existing yet.
It's on TNT at 10 o'clock on, I think, Fridays or Wednesdays. Not sure. Matt, you've seen this slapping thing? Does it look good? Because possibly we can have Cutter and Costa go at it with slaps.
Well, we cannot confirm the existence of Costa at this point.
Yeah, he's missing.
Right.
He hasn't marked himself safe.
Right.
Wait a minute. Isn't he he could be in Facebook jail? You never know.
Oh, but YouTube
Could be.
Kale.
Could be, but yeah. Hasn't he commented on any Blue Shirt Underground stuff lately? I can't remember.
No, I haven't heard from him.
I don't
since
recall
the
seeing
open
him
practice.
lately.
Yeah.
Okay.
Weird.
Well,
So yeah, the ratings thing. Like in Canada, like what do we got? Like Raptors are down the sinkhole. Jays aren't yet playing. We don't have an NFL game, NFL team, and the CFL is far away. So that's just basically hockey's all we got.
what's your comment on your boyfriend Tom Brady retiring?
He won't stay retired. He freaking did this last year. So it's like Brett Favre. And, with me, I hate Brett Favre because he could have helped the Jets. He could have helped the Pats get to the 2009 playoffs. Well, that was the year after we went 18-1. And, I'm thinking to myself, since when did the Jets help the Pats in any shape or form minus Belichick? Never.
Belichick sucks without Brady.
Yeah, he does, actually. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
All right. Enough of that crap. Let me ask you about some Ranger-related news. What do you think? Well, not Ranger-related. What do you think about this All-Star game? They're going to have the skills competition on Friday or Saturday? What are they doing?
Frankly, I'm not going to care. I mean,
You don't? What? You?
Game. I'm not watching the NHL All-Star game. I'm not watching the Pro
Nobody
Bowl.
watches that crap.
To watch. I've got things to do.
Oh, hey.
What?
Jim, he's busy.
What?
Busy. What are you doing? What are you doing instead of watching the All-Star game?
Excuse me, I have an active YouTube channel. I've got lots of series I have to work on. Sports Catastrophe. Perhaps you've heard of it.
Why are you in a room that looks like the Batman villain lair? It's
because one of the light bulbs is out and I haven't replaced it. I'm waiting for the other one to blow out so I can replace both at the same time.
Okay.
I
Get
know.
the hell off my television here, whatever I'm looking at. I've had enough of you. I'm only kidding. Look at that face. He gets all mad at me. I'm only joking.
Good. I nearly flipped you.
Everything else good up there? What is it?
Kitchener? How are the Kitchener Rangers doing?
Nah.
Yes.
Off and on.
Off and on?
Yeah.
All right.
They were making busy.
The men's and men's, as we say down here in New York.
Busy.
Yep.
All right. How you enjoying your PlayStation 5 there, whatever that thing is?
Oh man, I love it. Like
you love it?
I was going to write down every one of the. Well, NHL 23 has alumni teams now. I forgot to check the Rangers alumni and make comments.
Oh, please see if Chris Kontopoulos is on that team.
Yeah,
and rename them your bumni.
Yeah, You want me to post that stuff on the Facebook group?
Yeah, go ahead. Screenshot it.
Okay,
yeah.
Excellent. I shall do that.
All right. Take care, Carter.
All right. I do.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov. Huge.
There he goes.
Wow.
That's our first guest.
Yeah, no, we tested the software out on him. Now, Jim,
right,
you got this.
I would like to what do you call it? Test it out in the from a mobile, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Make sure that works okay. But first I'll talk about this because this is important.
Right there.
Right there. Viewing party coming up Saturday.
Off the screen so you can see the whole thing.
Well, then they can't hear you though.
I ain't saying nothing.
If I take it, wait, what if I do this? There we go.
Oh,
how about that?
Sounds
or
good.
I could do this.
Ooh.
Saturday, March 11th, McHale's Pub in New York City on West 51st Street, 8th Avenue. Rangers taking on the Buffalo Sabres. We'll have raffles, giveaways. They usually do some shot specials for us. One of the viewing parties, some guy showed up for Red Bull, and they were giving away Red Bull drinks. People were bombed, and Red Bull guy ran up like a $500 tab in booze just for us.
Free drinks.
Right. And
Also,
we have to give away some lucky raffle winner is going to win an authentic Adam Fox Norris Trophy winner home jersey. It's upstairs in my room, ready to go. So somebody's going to win that, and we're going to have some luminaries there. The great Joe Catroni, Susan Catroni will make their viewing party debut. They are flying up to attend.
Amazing people.
My neighbor down the street, John Pacini, he will attend with his son Josh. He said he's very excited about it. So going to be a lot of fun. Avery and Tanner are coming. Megan is coming.
Oh, very good.
All our children's, all our daughters anyway, will be there. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
And Adam Fox named to the All-Star team. So
yes.
This adds more value to this wonderful raffle we're giving away. It's going to be a real fun day of frivolity and mirth. And I can't wait. Maybe I'll win that Adam Fox jersey.
Yeah, it's only 6 weeks away. 6 weeks from
6 weeks away. Wow.
Saturday. Looking forward to it. This will probably be our last one of the year.
Yes. And since Costa, will Costa be there?
Will Costa be there? Or will it be his wake?
Yes. It could be
we
held
might
at a
need
funeral home.
bagpipes.
A real viewing party. I'm going to view his dead body. I hope not.
Did you watch the TV show The Wire?
I've been meaning to for like 5 years, and I just never get around to it.
I'm currently going through it, and there's an episode where where a cop dies, and they do a tradition where they actually take this cop to a bar and they lay him on a pool table and they have a wake for him. And I mean, he is literally just laying on the pool table dead while everybody's drinking.
Oh,
That'll be Costa on the bar at McHale's, rotting.
Oh, Jesus. God forbid, as my mother used to say.
God forbid. We'll sprinkle him with fruit fresh or something.
Now, we have that clip of some American butchering hockey names.
Oh, yes.
This is why America, we get dissed by Canada because of news reporting like this from awfulannouncing.com, who should have a complete and utter wing dedicated to Sam Rosen. Here's what I'm talking about.
Former Washington Capitals coach Bruce Boudreau has been fired by the Vancouver Canucks. The team announced the change Sunday, less than a week after President of Hockey Operations Jim Rutherford said major surgery was needed to fix the Canucks. Rick Tukid was hired as Boudreau's replacement.
This is why it's embarrassing. Rick Tukid.
Washington Capitals coach Bruce Boudreau has been fired by the Vancouver Canucks.
I mean, nobody briefed this one. Nobody briefed this
one person couldn't have phonetically written this out on the teleprompter.
I mean, she says, how can you be, hold on, let me start over here.
Former Washington Capitals coach Bruce Boudreau.
How do you get to be of an adult age and not know that it's boo? B-O-U is boo.
Right. There's got to be like some French premiere or something that she had to cover and something else.
Right.
Has been fired by the Vancouver Canucks.
Now, okay, I'll give her a little bit on
Canucks. I'm not. Ooh. You don't get an ooh for one you.
She's a
what do you call a puck, a pook?
You sook? Or this broadcast really sooks?
I mean, it's atrocious.
The team announced the change Sunday, less than a week after President of Hockey Operations Jim Rutherford said major surgery was needed to fix the Canucks. Rick Tukid was hired.
Now, to me, that's the unforgivable one. How do you look at T-O-C-H-H-E-T, or is it T-O-C-C-H-E-T? Either one of those. How do you look at that and get Tukid out of that? I mean, look, even Bruce Boudreau is rolling his eyes at this broad.
Yes.
At this point.
Right. And it's...
As Boudreau's replacement.
I'm surprised you didn't say Jim Rutherford.
Rutherford.
Rutherford. Oh, this is why we get no respect, Jim. Rick Tukid. And you know we're gonna be Tukid. We're gonna be calling these guys now.
I mean, I know that I fumble some names. I know that I'm not always the best at some of these pronunciations of hockey players, but I mean, Boudreau, Canuck, and Tocchet. I mean, those are gimmies.
Awfully. You can speak into your thing and not look at the. This is a paid person, paid talking head. That's all
Right.
you are. The producer should be fired. It's a joke.
I'd love to see what she'd do with Zibanejad.
Oh my God,
Zibanejad.
Oh, it's an
Philip Chai-Till.
You would think in this day and age, isn't there some Google app where you could put a guy's name in and then see how it's pronounced or something? Patrick Roy is another very good one. I don't know. It wasn't a good look, but hopefully in Canada, nobody in Canada saw that.
Will Kayali.
Oh boy. So on that note, I think it's time for us to end this wonderful show. It's been an hour and 45 minutes of I've had. Well, unless you got something to talk about. I mean,
I don't really have anything else. I'm looking forward to the second half of the season.
Me too.
We'll get
I
going
want to see
Monday
the Rangers
night.
turn it around. I want to see the Rangers in position to really turn it around. The Devils they're hanging a little bit tougher than I think. Jack Hughes is playing unbelievable, but I still think that they're going to fall. And then it's the Rangers have, I don't think the Rangers have hit their stride yet. They haven't. They're a little. What? Go ahead.
I did have one other thing to talk about, and I will make this. It's nothing. I will make this relatively quick. After we talked about Blueshirt banner last week on the show, I actually got a text from Joe Fortunato the other night.
Joey Pants.
During the Toronto game, he texted me. He wanted to know how the name Blueshirt Banter came about. He wanted to know if we had any claim to the name, because they want to continue the site behind a paywall. And they've raised $9,000 in a GoFundMe.
Wow.
To continue the site. Good for them. And, so we were talking a little bit. I said, I did come up with the name, but I doubt. I don't know.
Holding up a couple grand. Couple grand.
No.
Why not?
I have no legal right to the name, I don't think, and they're looking to continue it.
It's your intellectual property.
And we were just talking a little bit, going back and forth. I told him that we talked about it on the show, and that I told him anytime you want to come on and go scorched earth on the people that own SB Nation, we're all about scorched earth here. You are welcome anytime.
Wow. I don't know. They weren't actually supportive of us in any way.
That's okay.
Okay. It's your call, big man.
We've evolved.
We have.
I wish them nothing but
I'm
nothing
devolving
but
by the moment. Okay. Well, that's nice that he reached out to you. Did he see the broadcast?
I don't think he saw the broadcast, because he asked me today, are you guys still on Blog Talk Radio?
What did he say?
He said, are you guys still on Blog Talk Radio? I said, we haven't been on Blog
That's
Talk
an
Radio
insult.
in 3 years. It's okay. We're a niche show. What can I tell you? That's all right.
All right. Well, hey, listen.
So they're hoping to move the site and, keep it going. And he's concerned about paying his writers, which I thought was nice of him. So good luck to them. And that's all I got.
Okay. Well, God bless them. God bless. Godspeed.
Live and let live.
Live and let live.
That's my motto.
All right. Well, that's okay with me. And I'm looking forward to a good second half by the Rangers. I think there's improvements. Stay out of these overtimes. Win it in regulation. Come on, boys.
What are we about 4 weeks away from the trade deadline? Right?
Yeah. Let's go Rangers.
Trade deadline, I think, is March 3rd or something like that.
Yeah. This deadline's giving me a headache more than normal with all the speculation. I just can't wait for it to come and go and come.
March 3rd.
March 3rd. All right. Well, we'll be here covering it all.
That we will. Rangers return Monday night, I believe. So chances are I don't know, maybe we'll come back Tuesday night and talk about that game.
Well, they play Calgary?
The All-Star game. That sounds right.
Yeah. Calgary.
Sounds right.
All right, Jim. Once again, an absolute pleasure.
Same here, my friend.
All the chatters, you were premium. You were the quips, the content you guys are espousing was top notch as usual. And
yes, great job by you guys in the chat room. Thank you all for being here.
Yes.
Make sure you follow us on YouTube, click the bell or whatever it is you do here, subscribe to the channel, and look for us on Facebook. If you want to sign up for Patreon, it's www.patreon.com/BlueShirtUnderground. Sponsor the show. We'll put you in our special group. We do recaps after the games. We do some special programming in there. And we'll see you guys soon. We love you. Take care. Let's go Rangers.
Let's go
Rangers. Good night, everybody.